Alright guys, so as most of you know, the Ram's one of my favorite trucks, and that's what I'm working on right now. I have a customer that brought this to me. I thought it might have been making a lifter tick or had an exhaust leak. I'm going to attach some pictures. I worked on this truck about a week ago, and the customer unfortunately had to use the truck for a job, so we had to put everything back together the way it was. But I'm going to show you what I actually found. It ended up being an exhaust leak. The normal thing that happens with these is that the exhaust studs usually break, and then the manifold starts to back out and it starts to warp, blow the gasket out, and then you have that annoying tick until it warms up. However, this one was never going to get better. He bought this truck this way and somebody tried to repair it. I'm going to take you over here and show you what we got. Alright, so this is a Gen 3 5.7 Hemi. These are the bolts that always break, you know, the studs usually break inside of here. So if you look here, somebody's broken these bolts before, and the stud is actually on the inside here on this one, and then it's still in over here as well. Now somebody's tried to repair it and the repair failed. However, somebody put a drill bit in here and wobbled it around so bad that they ended up jamming a different size bolt in, and they got into the head casting. I'll get it to zoom. So that right here is actually where they drilled into the head, into the sealing surface of the head gasket. If you don't know what you're doing, just stop. Just don't go further. Just let this shit be broken. Don't try to hide it when you try to sell it. There was like some kind of cement filler all over this thing to try to get it to seal up, and it just would not seal. As you can see, this is the charring from where the exhaust was leaking. In addition, so when he was out of town, he had to have somebody else work on the truck because it had an overheating problem. I believe they were just kind of guessing at the parts. There is a water pump that's been replaced, the clutch fan's been replaced, thermostat's been replaced, multitude of different parts have been replaced. He couldn't stand the exhaust leak anymore, so he was on the way here, and he just said, hey look, he's like, it's gonna take me a little while to get there because 9-hour trips taking me upwards of 14 because he keeps having to pull over and put coolant in it. So before I took everything apart, I did a pressure test on it, and I found that this upper hose right underneath of it on the radiator tank is actually leaking. It's weird where it's actually leaking, it's where it's split. A lot of times I see that happen when somebody tries to yank the hose off and they're going up and down, it cracks the tank. So some more parts are being ordered. Have a new cylinder head being refurbished for this one. We can't use that head, we're just gonna throw it in the trash. She is no good. And within the next week, we'll have him back rocking for work, and it should be all squared away. So the moral of the story is, if you're not comfortable, capable, just stop working on whatever you're doing. Let somebody else handle it, because it will end up costing somebody else a lot more money in the long run. People who try to just put things together to maybe sell a truck or trade a truck or a car, whatever it is, it's probably the worst thing you can do. It's pretty shady, pretty crappy, because you know, now this is, you know, guys spending over $2 grand, $3 grand on, you know, a lot of stuff you shouldn't have to. All right guys, see you next time.